So we'll start here with the M64 stud. This is the stud that goes to the locking arm and the hinge to keep it in place until we're ready for deployment. This is your M64 nut. This goes on the bottom of the stud to keep it in place on the bottom portion. This is the actual portion that gets torqued. This is your quick release assembly, also known as a 3-part nut. This is where your hydraulic supply comes in, and this is the part that actually separates to actually deploy the locking arm. This is your safety collar and safety pin. These are put in to keep from accidental deployment or just in basic operation. And they actually go right here. That keeps it from hydraulically functioning. This is your top washer set. So here you have your spherical washer. This goes on the top, right underneath the quick release assembly. And this is your conical seat. Kind of a 2-part washer set just for alignment purposes. That way when we install it, it stays perfectly aligned. This is your bottom conical seat, also known as the bottom washer. It goes underneath the stud, in between the stud, on the stud, in between the nut and the hinge. So prior to installation, we take a measurement, 62 millimeters. That's actually the travel depth of your quick release nut there. So what we do is we roll it all the way into 62 millimeters and then we back it out half to a full turn. So what you'll see now is they'll mark this kind of tape right here, so you know how far you need to travel. They'll take it all the way in after they grease it with Moly Coat 1000, and then they'll back it up about half to a full turn. At that point, we'll be ready to go ahead and roll it in here.
All right, got a good coating all the way around.
Now we're gonna run it up to the tape mark. You notice it stopped itself and it's already tapped out all the way through it. What we do now is we'll take a piece of tape here. Now we know we get 1 full rotation, and we'll mark the bottom of the stud here. Now as you roll it back 1 full rotation, when you see the tape again, you know you've gotten a full. And that's how we know we got 1 full rotation back out to back it up to allow room for the plunger to travel. At this point, we'll take the tape off so it's not in the way. Set in our spherical washer and our conical seat on the upper part of the hinge here. And as we pick up the M64 stud in the assembly, it'll slide all the way through there. If you notice, we got a 1-inch strap here to help, kind of with leverage. Somebody gets up top, helps pull it up.
Ready up?
Yeah.
Dale.
Twist the hose.
Go.
I'm trying to do a double check here to make sure that everything's seated correctly. As you notice, the spherical washer is sitting in the conical seat even all the way around. Put some Moly Coat 1000 in there in between the nut and the washer itself, just for alignment purposes. So he'll lube this up, lube that up as well.
Underneath it.
This assembly actually sits like this. Flat part face it up. And this is the installation of the bottom conical seat there. And the M64 nut. Pretty free to turn right now, but he does hold back up on the stud so we don't get any movement there. The rams are already extended fully from the system pressure. You have to run it up as far as you can by hand before you actually go to torque. Alright, yeah, as far as we can get it hand tight. And this is what installation looks like prior to the actual torque process. We'll go through the process now of installing the cage. This hose right here, all this hydraulic pressure has already been isolated. Then we'll have to crack it here and capture whatever liquid comes out in a bucket. You see they're cracking it slowly just to see if there's any residual pressure in there. It doesn't spray out.
Awesome.
There you go. There it is.
Either way. Need the little TLC. Oh, I don't know.
So we leave 2 threads on each stud just for travel. So leave a little bit extra travel room, and then we'll tighten these up in the bottom. Yeah. Okay. All right. That's installation of the cages. Prior to hooking up the hydraulic line here, we'll burp the system, so we got to get a little bit of fluid out, but we're not going to install it just yet. We're going to install the rest of the arm first.